صدا هستش؟ خب ای جان من بیارم با شما به خیر. موضوع لایو امروزی هدیه دارم برای دوست. هدیه همونم سلام وحید نازنین.
سلام
خوبی وحید جان؟
عزیز، مرسی، ممنون.
وحید جان قبل از اینکه حالا توضیحات رو بدیم و اینا یه مقدار اون صدا نویزه بودش روی مایک و اینا قطع و وصل اون هماهنگ بشه، چون این لایو میخواد ضبط بشه. آره ساب تایتل و این داستانا بیاد تو یوتیوب قرار بگیره. اون صدا اگه تونستی الان که اوکیه، الان اوکیه توی 4 نفر که الان حضور پیدا میکنن به اون دلیل. آره عرضم به حضورت که دوستان نازنین یه هدیه داریم امروز من و وحید جان براتون. بعد از 5 سال دیگه حالا موقعیت طوری شد که خود طراح نقشم در کنارم خواهد بود. عرضم به حضورت که چمپ قرار شد بیاد، الان هم بهش پیغام دارم. سلام خانم نعمت، خانم نعمت هم بیاریم بالا. خب چمپ هم اضافه شد، چمپ هم ریکوست بدیم و فقط وحید جان مدیریت
با درود به هر دوی شما عزیزانم.
من تصویر الان دوباره رفت برای من تصویر دوستان دارم. صدا میاد؟ نمیدونم. وحید جان هستی؟ من تصویرتو ندارم از خانم نعمت.
من تو رو دارم وحید جانو ندارم.
وحید جان رفته الان بسیم. وحید رفت با چیزش پرشینش میکنه. خب خانم نعمت از هندزفری استفاده کنیم هممون. الان چمپ هم میاریم بالا. وحید اومدی بالا؟ من وحید اومدی؟ سلام.
آره من با اکانت نقشه اومدم.
آره چمپ هم الان میاد بالا. آره بهترین کار. آره من تصویر خانم نعمت رو ندارم، فقط وحید رو الان دارم. خب وحید این لایو کلا در مدیریتش با خودت، چون مترجم نقشه بیداری بزرگ هستی. چمپ که میاد بالا الان دیگه خود دستت بگی سوال دوستان، اگه دوستان در مورد نقشه بیداری بزرگ سوالی داشتن دیگه شما خودتون انتقال مطلب به چمپ رو بدید. بخاطر اینکه لایو خسته کنندم نشه سعی می‌کنیم انگلیسی فارسی رو یه جوری بریم جلو که مدیریتش کنیم. چمپ هم اضافه میشه الان بهمون. آره چمپ هم الان میاد بالا.
من بودم برای چی؟ من کلیت رو میگردونم، ایشون اگه بودم برای زبان ایشون تسلطشون قطعا بیشتره. آره
خانم نعمت هست. خب چمپ من ریکوست دادم برای چمپ نازنین طراح نقشه. یه سوال، چرا ما 3 نفر میتونیم بیاریم 4 نفر نمیتونیم بیاریم؟ اومد چمپ هم اومد. اوکی.
هست.
Hello Fahid.
Hello Champ, how are you?
Very good. How are you guys?
I'm good, and I want to introduce my friends. Fact. He's running the page and working hard on the human awakening, especially on Persian community. And this is Mrs. Mehmet. She lives in America, and he also wrote the book and working on the humanity. Also, we belong to the Persian community.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for everybody's contributions.
I just want
hi,
to say
Champ.
hello to the one and the only Champ, the creator of this amazing map. It's a lucky day for us to have you here. And welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Oh, thank you so much. I've been working with Wahid for so long and with Farid. So this is just like family coming together after so many years.
And the dream has come true.
Yeah.
Thank you. I hope that everybody has found some sort of secrets in the Great Awakening map that have helped them to awaken to a better place today than they were before. So hopefully today we can share something useful for our audiences.
خانم نعمت ما میتونیم چند صحبت میکنه برای بقیه ترجمه کنیم، چون اکثرا خب ما اینو باید چیز کنیم.
خودت هم وحید جان به من کمک کن. یه سری اصطلاحایی هست که من زیاد نمیدونم شما دوتا مسترین.
وحید جان مایکو صدا میپیچه. یه لحظه الان بهتر شد صدا خانم نعمت.
بله ولی دو تا صدا میاد.
Hi champ, nice to meet you. I'm so happy because you are here. After 5 years, 5 years ago, I met you and I talked with you in the Instagram. So that time I see Great Awakening map. So I was confused. So I thought to myself, what is that? And Iranian people also know about this map and they have a lot of questions. Every day, every moment they ask a question of me about the Great Awakening map and also they ask of the Wahid. So now I'm so happy you are here so you can answer to a lot of questions. So, but now Persian people are here so many people cannot speak English so we should translate to Persian. So now I want Miss Nemat or Wahid translate English to Persian for Persian people, my people, Iranian people.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's better. I speak Persian, and because I don't want Iranian people tired of this conversation, or maybe you tired of this conversation. In this conversation. Okay, وحید جان شما شروع بکن در مورد سوالاتی که از چمپ داریم. این لحظه من صحبت دیگه نمی کنم در اختیار شما. بریم جلو تا زمین جد.
Okay, Champ, people want to know about what is the history of Great Awakening map and how this idea came to you. You can explain this idea for Persian community?
Back in 2018, that's when I was living in Los Angeles as a graphic designer. And I was making art at the time about my spiritual awakening. And a lot of the art I was making was being shown in galleries, and the type of people who were seeing that type of art weren't really having spiritual awakening experiences. So I had to switch to social media. So when I started my Instagram page, I was posting memes about psychedelics and a lot of the, metaphysical things that I was into at that time. And I had already been a researcher for 10 years. So I had all of this knowledge in my mind about all of these crazy rabbit holes that you see in the map. So as an artist and designer, it just came natural to make a meme and just put as much stuff into the meme to freak people out and to awaken them to all of the truths of our reality. So that's how the map came about. And since then, people are still discovering it and awakening to it every day. So I hope that the map will continue to red pill people around the world in every country and in all types of spiritual awakening levels. All right, Vahid.
وحید جان کمک کن، من فقط جایی که میتونم یادم بیاد ایشون شمس عزیز ما در لس آنجلس زندگی میکردن به عنوان یک گرافیک دیزاین و سوالهایی که برای خودش پیش اومده بود که ورای روح ما چیه، متافیزیک چیه، به اونجایی رسید که بخواد این مپ رو درست کنه. ولی وحید جان شما دیتیل برای فارسی بگید دوستان.
ایشون با استفاده چون پیش زمینه گرافیکی داشتن و تمام این مطالب رو به صورت فریلنس بودن، تایم زیادی داشتن که رو تک تک این مطالب که براشون سوال پیش اومده مطالعه و تحقیق کنن. بعد یه سری نمایشگاه ها در مورد اشکال ابعاد دیگه که درست کردن با توجه به هنری که داشتن تو امریکا برگزار کردن و خیلی از مردم در مورد این نقشه سوال کردن. خب ایشون اومدن چیکار کردن؟ اومدن این نقشه رو چیز کردن، حالت تمامه به قول معروف لانه‌های خرگوش که ما میتونیم تو هر کدام از اینا عمیق بشیم رو روی نقشه گذاشتن. من قبلا هم گفتم فقط مثلا یک قانون جذب و یک قانون وحدت یک عمر زمان میبره که شما تمام این مطالبش رو چیز بشین. پس با توجه به نوع چیزی که هست این به تمام مردم کمک میکنه که اون لانه خرگوششون رو پیدا کنن و عمیق بشن و به آگاهی برسن. و الان این نقشه آگاهی به وسیله تمام مردمی که سراسر جهان هست و به زبان خودشون الان در حال انتشاره. قبلا به انگلیسی بود ولی الان ترجمه شد به زبانهای دیگه و داره به بیداری مردم کمک میکنه.
و اینجا من یه سوال دارم.
جان.
What date did you bring? What year?
2018.
You discovered the map and you created the map.
سال 2018 بود.
2020?
2018.
2018.
Yeah. Champ, I explain what you said in Persian for Persian audience, and any question we get from the community, I will translate it for you. You can send a message or anything want to share with the Persian community. Please share it.
I just want to know what type of topics they ask the most, and what type of level of spiritual awakening is the Persian audience over the past few years. What do you think is the most?
I think it's the most for Persian community about what's happening on the earth level. It's important, and some topics in the dimension and secret space program. This is, I think, this is the question, but it's too big. You can discuss about psychedelic is the common question here, and maybe wait for the community. What the question? You can share your insight about what you want to share with people.
Yeah, I mean, if it's always it's always
جمعی که تو موقع صحبت می‌کنم شماست.
The secrets behind the governments of the world. Every country has corruption in their governments, and the corruption goes beyond government. It goes off planet. It goes into other dimensions. I mean, you can analyze it in so many ways. The darkness of control over our planet. It's not just one country. It's the entire world in a massive dark network. Goes into inner earth and off world. It's a very complicated and very intriguing mess that our world is in. But that's what we try to do from every country. We have bits of pieces of the truth of our governments and what exactly is the agenda behind all of the control. So from my country, from living in America, we have so many conspiracy truths that we have analyzed, and there are just millions and millions of people who are awakening to the corruption in our country. And then in your country as well, and then the whole world, we put together the big picture, and we try to help people find a better life, find a way to share these types of information to help all beings as quickly as possible. This is just awakening to the political rabbit holes. This is not even like ET, UFO, you know, chakra, metaphysical. This is just on the surface, what you see every day on the news. Awakening to that is very, very important. And I know it's what's happening in your country as well. So maybe you guys can ask some questions.
وای جان صدا میاد؟ خانم نعمت؟ آره خانم نعمت صدایتون خاموشه. مایکتون خاموشه. صداتون نمیاد خانم نعمت.
Human being is not against human being. Jewish people is not against Muslim. The war going on in the world is not about I am against you and your culture and your religion. We don't have war. We have war between light and dark. And that's, they get brainwashed so much for 1,000 years. It's hard to accept, even for my family, for my best friends. When I'm saying it, they feel like I'm crazy somehow. And a lot of people, when they hear this conversation, they feel like four of us is crazy. But half of the world now, it's age of Aquarius, they know about what's going on. So I wanted you to talk about the war between the Earth, planet Earth, and outside, and controller of the human being. I think this is the subject we can talk about it. And it starts from the base and go up. I leave it to you.
Oh, very deep, very fascinating. I think you probably know more than me.
No, not at all. You are the master. Unfortunately,
you
I
asked for
didn't
it.
know you since 2018, 19. I find you 8 months ago through Wahid John and Farid John. But the whole world has to know you. You did an amazing job by making it so simple. It's in your map. There is 1,000 books in it, 1,000 podcasts in it. Yes. People listening, they're looking for light everywhere. But when I look at your map, I say, this guy is genius. He puts so simple together and make it so clear what we are talking about. And we are not crazy. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm all listening.
10 years. For over 10 years, I studied the best researchers in the metaphysical field, consciousness field. So I have to thank them for all of the knowledge that's on the map. I'm just simply a messenger. I'm just piecing together all of their research and putting it into the map so that people can find the path to deeper knowledge about these subjects. And when I was researching the dark conspiracy truths about the governments, you always come across what's known as the global elite, also known as the Illuminati, also known as the reptilians, if you want to go one step above the humans, because you have to realize the humans are just being controlled by a power that's above them. the humans on this planet have so much control. But then above the humans, there is a group that are known as the Adamites. And they have elongated skulls, but they still look human. Just a little bit longer skulls, like you see from ancient Egypt. So these Adamites, as what they're called, they control the humans. And they're in control of all the banks and the militaries and all of the aerospace corporations. Because the aerospace corporations are the ones that control all the power. They control the military. They control the bases underground and in space on the moon, Mars, across the solar system. So you have to realize the dark aerospace companies, also known as the secret space program. This is when you are starting to get off planet. And then you have within the secret space program, you have half humans and half ETs working together. Some of these ETs are humanoid. Some of these ETs are half human, hybrids. Sometimes they are grays. Sometimes they are half gray, half something else. So it's pretty complicated. And if you want to go even above that, then you have what are known as the reptilians. The reptilians are the ones that control everything. They've been controlling the world for generations and generations. But it's not that the reptilians are bad creatures, it's that above them there's even something else. And this is the question everybody wants to know. Who's more powerful than the reptilians? Is it something that's organic, or is it something that's machine? Uh-oh. Now this is really deep stuff now. If you want to know who controls the reptilians, you have to understand ancient AI, ancient artificial intelligence. This is something that only the most advanced people in this field of research understand. And you have to understand it from this perspective of the secret space program whistleblowers. The humans who worked in the secret space program, they encountered what is known as the ancient artificial intelligence. And it infests the reptilians. It creates negativity within their biological system, in their mind, in their heart. It changes them into a soulless machine, like the Borg from Star Trek, if you're familiar with Star Trek terminology, okay? So in this universe, you have this mysterious artificial intelligence that has a negative disposition towards life, and it's been destroying solar systems throughout our entire galaxy and universe for eons and eons, probably for as long as creation has lasted. So you have biological life, and then the antithesis to this is this machine intelligence that has gone out of control and is sort of like the protagonist to the God creation. So it just happens to be that in this universe, you have a God creator that has created all of the beautiful biological life that we see, like you and I. But then you also have this strange protagonist to the story that creates struggle, that creates suffering, that creates hardship, that creates spiritual awakening within the creation that God has made. So it's like a mass story tale about human love, and then you have human suffering from this Luciferian entity, also known as ancient AI. They refer to it as a Luciferian entity. I don't know exactly what else it's been called, but this is the type of information that I found, and it's very fascinating, and it's been told by many other whistleblowers. So you have a lot of people who have talked about this topic, and it makes so much sense to me that in this universe there has to be some sort of a a character to create spiritual awakening. Otherwise, we would just all be perfectly happy and we would never have any reason to have a spiritual awakening. That's what happens with a lot of gods in their god realm. They don't have a spiritual catalyst for awakening. So they stay for eons and eons in the god realms and they never awaken, if that makes sense. So that's another deep topic. But hopefully you guys have come across something similar in your research with reptilians and AI and off-world beings, and I'm interested to hear.
Thank you for all this information. It's very, very powerful information. It's shocking for lots of people. In my book, I call them FBA monster because I'm afraid to name them. I just create that name. Because when you mention our people, you just mentioned that, they're going to affect the YouTube sometime by Google. Google owns by them. So when they hear that name, all the names, they kind of come and maybe cut his site. So I call it FBA monster, but you know who I'm talking about. That means the whole controller, which is, there's a lot of branches, as you say, some powerful, some on the top of them, some getting order from them. The most question they ask me when first time they hearing that, they say, I say, this is monster. This is our reptilian. Say, how do you know? I said, we know. They can change their look to human being, but they are not. And those are the famous people. They live in Hollywood. They live in our governments, lots of presidents, all of them is part of it. And they say how they come to Earth. That's another big conference. We need to tell them how they come to the Earth. Basically, we were here when we came to the Earth. But how they make baby, what they make baby with human being. And lots of people in royal family or everybody, a lot of different places, they are mix and match with human being. They are looking to get energy from us. And what we can do to get rid of them or make less power is to not listen to the TV, to not participate with all this war, to not going whatever they recommended as money, and they are in economy system, they are in education. I work with kids, and my main concern is teenagers because they are the future of the world. And I always say it's okay to not kids go to the school, because the school and college and university, everything running by them. The pharmacists, the doctors, everybody, it's getting a study from the controller, which is not trustable. Go ahead, honey. I guess we should talk Farsi a little bit.
خب الان صحبتایی که چمپ کردن در مورد همین قضیه رو من یه خلاصه رو ترجمه میکنم، بعد حالا میپردازیم به سوالات دوستانم. ببینید همونجور که تو نقشه گفته شده، زمین به صورت ساختاری کنترل میشه که اگه نقشه رو توجه کنین تو قسمت قطب جنوب یه نژادی هستن، نژاد پری ادمایت. خب اینا جمجمه‌های کشیده دارن و از زمان اهرام باستان تا الان بودن و رو بانک‌ها، رو سازمان‌های نظامی، فضایی، کل اینا کنترل دارن. وقتی که یه لول بالاتر میاین به قول معروف خزنده ها هستن، رپتیلین ها هستن که همه چی رو دارن کنترل میکنن، همه چی. و انواع کپی از اونا وجود داره که نژادهای میکس با انسان درست کردن، نژادهای خیلی خاص دارن و به قول معروف قابلیت تغییر چهره رو هم دارن. و همینجور که بالا میایم ما به هوش مصنوعی میرسیم، هوش مصنوعی باستانی که از سورس جدا شده. و این هوش مصنوعی باستانی اینا برای اینی که بتونن زندگی کنن باید تو شیلد آورای ما، اون شیلد انرژتیک ما قرار بگیرن که با استفاده از احساسات ما بتونن احساسات منفی بتونن از ما تغذیه کنن، حالت انگل. این خلاصی صحبتایی بود که چمپ انجام داد و میتونیم بریم تاپیک بعدی.
وحید جان تاپیک بعدی مایک تو آره صدا رو ضبط کنم. نه پیچ. آره تاپیک بعدی رو راجع به این از چمپ بپرس، در مورد اینکه الان دوستان سوالاتشون رو نمیدونم دیدی یا نه، پرسیدن اگر داره کنترل میشه پس چرا ما در حال حاضر میتونیم این اشتراک دانسته رو داده باشیم و این دیتا ها رو کسب کنیم. تاپیک دوم هم در مورد تئوری زمین تخت که خیلی از من تو میپرسن، الان پرسن اون دوتا موضوع رو از چمپ بپرس که تو نقشه اومده. سپاسگزارم. ممنون.
Champ, you are here? Champ?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. People in our audience have like 3 questions from you. They said the reptilians and the power elites control everything. How they are allowed to spread the Great Awakening all around the world? This is the first question. Second question is about the flat Earth. Okay. And another friend talk about the mushrooms and psychedelic, and you said just 5 grams, stay in the silent. You can explain these 3 topics? Thank you.
Can you repeat number 2?
Number 2 about the flat Earth.
Flat Earth. Yeah.
Because I couldn't understand. Can you repeat the first one?
First one I forgot. What is Farid?
صحبت اول این بودش که تاپیک اول مایک رو قطع کنیم. ارزم بگم که متوجه شید. ارزم بزرگتون که سوال اول این بودش که وقتی این کنترل داره میشه الان به چه صورت ما داریم این نه تنها نقشه، الان این کانورسیشن داره صورت میگیره، این گفتگو داره صورت میگیره، این اشتراک دانسته ها داره صورت میگیره اگه دادن کنترل بشه.
Champ, first question. People want to know about why elite have a power to control everything. How they allow us to spread the Great Awakening map through Instagram, through YouTube, and other channels. Okay, this is the question.
I understand now. The elite are not just a few people in a room. It consists of thousands and thousands of people spread around the earth, and there are more of us than them. You have to realize there's billions of people on earth, but with the elite there's probably less than 0.1%. So there's more of us than them, and they can't stop everything, but they make it seem like they can because they own all of the media. Media means television, radio, magazines, advertisement companies. Everything visual that you see that has text or videos, movies, Hollywood, everything is owned by them. They can control what they want a mass population to feel and to think. Even like the movies you see in Hollywood, they all have a violent theme. They all have to have guns and blood and fighting. every movie is like this. It's not natural. It's so obvious that we're being programmed to think and to believe a certain way because these corporations are being controlled by a dark agenda. Even the food that you eat is owned by them. The medicine that you take is owned by them. So you have to be very, very careful what you put into your body, including sound, including food, entertainment, visuals. When you awaken, you become much more attuned to the energies around you, and you start to eat organic food, and you start to raise your vibration and detox your body. When you detox your body, you can think better, you are smarter, you are more awakened, you are more prone to like this type of information we're talking about. You start to meet people who are like you. You start to realize there's millions of us around the world. And then you realize the world is actually a really beautiful place. But if you turn on the TV, you'll think that everything is the end of the world. So we have to be careful what we put into our heart and our minds and our bodies. That's very, very important. The global elite cannot stop us. They will try. Simply turn off the television and stop reading their newspapers, then they have no power over us. It's pretty simple, but people are just so stuck to watching the television or reading the news that they believe everything that comes their way. And then, you know, they become sick, and then they die a life that's not worth living. And that's pretty sad. And they probably won't get to go to any higher dimensional realms, because their heart and their mind is in a very negative vibration when they die. So we don't want to do that. We want to die with the highest consciousness vibration so that we can travel to higher dimensional realms. And from there we can help millions of beings as 5D beings. I mean, why not? Well, what else would you want to do? So it's not just this planet we're playing the game. We're playing the game after death into the higher realms, because we have all come here for this mission. And like us four here having this conversation, I'm sure you remember by now why you're here and that this is not your first time. And just from reading the comments, people are saying the most genius, enlightened things. There are so many awakened people following us in the comment section. So it just goes to show that we are all here to help awaken this planet as quickly as possible. And because we chose the path of awakening, we chose to guard our mind and bodies. We care about what we take in, the information that we consume. And because of that, I mean, I've personally watched Vahid transform over the past 5 or 6 years we've known each other. Just from awakening, you can completely transform your life and your body and your health and everything. It's just like, it's all natural. It just comes as part of being somebody who has made the commitment to spiritually awaken for the benefit of all beings. And the global elite cannot stop people like us. So that's what we're doing. And there's not just us four, there's millions around the world.
من اینو ترجمه و خلاصه کنم که برای بینندگان عزیزمون چیز باشه. ببینید، الی جز 1% از 1% هم حتی نیستن از جمعیت کلی که وجود داره. بعد تو تمام دولت ها، تو تمام کشورها، نمیشه گفت فقط یک کشور، انسان های بد و خوب هستن و خیلی از انسان ها از جنس مردم تو همین سازمان ها دارن کار میکنن. به این خاطره که اونا کنترل 100% رو ما ندارن. پس این آگاهی داره. حالا اونا رو تلویزیون، رو غذا، رو تمام چیزایی که فکر میکنن، مثل روزنامه، تلویزیون، شرکت های اینترنتی، تبلیغاتی، اونا کنترل رو دارن. خب ما اگه بخوایم از سلطه اونا خارج شیم باید تلویزیون استفاده نکنیم، از غذاهایی که میگن استفاده نکنیم، به قول معروف رو ارتعاشی که داریم کار کنیم و بالا. اینه که به ما کمک میکنه بتونیم به لول بالاتر بریم. و این قضیه شما الان چند کو بازی که الان شما داریم برای آگاهی انجام میدین باعث میشه شما بعد از این زندگی تو ابعاد بالاتر بیاید و فقط مربوط به راه کنونتون نیست. خیلی از شما اومدین اینجا که اینجا باشین و آگاهی بدین. خیلی از کسایی هم که تو کنترل هستن، تو قدرت هستن، وقتی که از این دنیا برن با قلبی پر از عشق نمیرن، با قلبی پر از چیز نمیرن، خیلی با فرکانس پایین مجبور به خیلی تکرار خیلی از درس ها هستن. پس این زندگی یه حالت بازیه. این خلاصی صحبت چند.
Chan, what's your opinion about the flat earth?
Okay. From the information that I've gotten from a lot of metaphysical researchers, as well as secret space program whistleblowers, they all say that it is a negative psychological operation to confuse people in the truth community. Basically, to make awakened people look dumb. They just loop everybody in together as conspiracy theories. So when you hear the term conspiracy theorist, you lump it in together with flat earthers, and then it just makes everything just sound stupid. So they just want to make as ridiculous things to confuse and to distract people as possible. And one of the topics was flat earth theory. It just makes people fight each other and argue for years and years and years over something that is not important, in my opinion. So that's what it is, and don't worry about it.
چند گفتن در مورد زمین تخت یه عملیات روانشناختیه که الیت جهانی برای اینی که مردم رو به تفرقه بیاندازن و کسایی که رو تئوریایی که به قول معروف بهش میگن تئوری توته کار میکنن اینا رو بی اعتبار کنن، یه جورایی اینا رو به جون هم بندازن و اختلاف ایجاد کنن و یه حالتی کسایی که روی این قضیه کار میکنن رو احمق جلوه بدن. کلاً صحبتی که در این مورد شده اینه که تو خیلی از کسایی که تو برنامه فضایی مخفی بودن شهادت دادن و تو منابع دیگه مثل دلار اسکنان، قانون وحدت، تمام اینا داره اشاره میکنه به پلنت، یعنی یک سیاره. به هیچ کدام به زمین تخت اشاره نکرده. و چیزی که الیت میخوان در این نظر شخصیمه، الیت میخوان به مردم بیاندازن، حالت بندازن تو این قضیه که کره‌ای به جز زمین، جایی به جز زمین دیگه وجود نداره، فقط همینه که این قضیه زمین تخت رو چیز کردن. چند it's the third question. People also very really interested here about mushroom and psychedelic. Okay, you said on the silent place and dark room, just use 5 grams. Please share your opinion about this mushroom.
Okay, the 5 grams in silent darkness, that's very advanced. That's like super advanced. That's not for the everyday person who is just coming to psychedelics for the first time. For the beginners, psychedelics are natural substances created by our Mother Earth, such as mushrooms. Okay, and if you eat them, your you will start to see visual things that are not of this world. And when I say not of this world, I mean not even of this dimension. Because what's happening is that the chemicals in these substances are making your brain act like a antenna receiver. You're picking up frequencies from higher dimensions. Your third eye begins to open. It begins to vibrate in a higher frequency, to put it simply. And what you are actually doing is you're becoming like an antenna, and you are starting to see into other dimensions. So with very low doses, you may not have any type of like profound enlightening experiences. You may just see a lot of beautiful visuals within your mind and in your eye. But if you start to take higher doses, what begins to happen is that you start to see other beings and entities in what's known as 4D to 5D consciousness. You start to see past time and space. You start to see across the universe. You start talking to beings that you couldn't even draw on pen and paper because they are just so foreign and alien to anything you've ever seen in this 3D life. And some of these beings can be positive beings, sometimes they're negative beings. You see the entire spectrum of the universe. And on very high levels of mushrooms, such as psilocybin mushrooms, there is a technique known as eating them in basically what's known as a sensory deprivation chamber. Okay, you can make it at home by yourself. You basically eat 5 grams of psilocybin mushrooms in a pitch black room, and you also make sure that there's no noise, no light coming in, and nobody can disturb you for the entire night, you know. You also wear like noise canceling earmuffs if you want to go to that extreme. And even you can wear like blindfolds to cover your eyes. And what happens is that your third eye opens and you start to see into 5D, 6D. And in these realms, you are shown a type of world, a type of dimension that is imbued with intelligent life. And there's a lot of beings in these worlds that will communicate with you, but they don't use English. They use pure emotion. They use pure telepathic thought. And it's the way that 5D beings communicate with each other across the universe. So you're getting a glimpse of what it's like to live without a corporeal body. You're just simply consciousness, viewing consciousness in the universe with no body. And to be a human having that experience is one of the most mind-blowing, enlightening things that you couldn't imagine. It's impossible to imagine it. It's just so unbelievable. And people who have had these type of experiences have had their lives changed forever, including myself. And it just goes to show that there's so much more to this world than we've been told and that we've been born to believe. There's so much more multidimensionally above and below and in and out. Is to not be shown this type of information from a young age because our school system forbids us to learn this kind of thing. That's the reason why our world is in the mess that it's in. It's because we don't have any knowledge about these higher states of mind, higher states of heart and mind. We don't understand what it means to be a multidimensional being. We're not just human beings, we're multidimensional beings. And there's so much out there in this universe that can help us and to heal us and to bring our entire planet into a state of pure peace and love, free energy, free love at all times. And yeah, psychedelics are just one topic on the map, but it is one of the deepest topics on the map.
I have a question.
I have a question.
Because I'm not into
Because
it,
I'm not into it,
I want to use
I want to
me
use
and
me
make
and
it clear for
make
me.
it clear for me.
I'm hearing.
I'm
وحید مایکتو میبندی.
Right, مایکتو می‌بندی.
Thank you. Are you suggesting to use that for the people? They are in the path of awakening. Because I didn't awake to do this. I find that my own way. And everybody has their own key. Are you suggesting to people they want to awake to go to do mushroom first? Or you just suggesting trying for a little bit and then go after searching and I really don't know the answer myself because I've never been in there, and I need your opinion.
Okay, psychedelics, for me, I view them as traveling. And not everybody in this life is going to travel to Japan or to Switzerland or to India, for example. But if you really make that type of money and you're that type of brave person, you can fly to these countries and explore. And you can even go as far as climbing the tallest mountain in the world. You can even go as far as flying into space or exploring the deepest caves in the world. And there are people who like to drink alcohol. There are people who like to experiment with cannabis. There are people who like LSD and mushrooms and dimethyltryptamine and all sorts of mind-altering substances. Even cigarettes are mind-altering substances, even drinking tea or coffee. So you have to understand there's a wide spectrum of ways to open your mind. And psychedelics is one of the healthiest and safest ways, but because of society and media, we believe that it's very dangerous and scary. So for myself personally, having seen the scary side of it as well as the enlightening side of psychedelics, of course I will recommend it to everybody, but not everybody is going to be able to find these substances or be brave enough to take them. So it's very personal. It's a very personal journey, and not everybody in this world can travel to all the countries, and not everybody in this world is going to be able to go to the moon or to Mars or go to 5D, 6D in this lifetime. And if you die without taking psychedelics, it's like dying without ever having a child or being married or, fill in the blank. So psychedelics is a very personal thing, and I love them because they've helped me so much, and I've had very good experiences with them. But for other people, wherever you live in this world, sometimes your government will arrest you for them. So you have to be very careful how much you're willing to go to have these type of consciousness expanding experiments.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that you guys have any more questions to ask me. There's a lot of questions in the comments. Really good.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Hear you. I'm sorry.
If you have any more questions, you can ask.
Yeah. Someone asked about lucid dreams and dreams. You can explain this. After that, I will translate for people asking. You explain about this topic. After that, I will translate.
Very good question. Very good question. The question is about lucid dreaming. At night, we waste about a third of our life dreaming, and we're not awake during this third of our life. But there are some people who are able to remember their dreams very well when they wake up, and there are some people are able to change their dreams at night. For example, you may have had a dream when you are flying, or you may have had a dream when you are able to walk through a wall, something simple as that. But there are these dreams called lucid dreams where you realize you're dreaming, and then you can start to change the dream without waking up. And when you change the dream, you can do things such as popular things are flying, other things are like going to visit people around the world, or making yourself really big or really small, or whatever your fantasy is. And if you can do this without waking up, then it's considered a lucid dream. But what's even more special about lucid dreaming is if you start to put a spiritual component to it. In these dreams, if you are able to awaken in the dream, you should try to seek out a spiritual master, such as such as Jesus or Buddha or Krishna or anybody who has lived from the past. You can seek out these spiritual masters and talk to them, and they'll actually give you spiritual advice. You can even find yourself from the future and talk to yourself if you're so advanced. I've never done that. So there's a lot of things you can do in lucid dreams that can give you wisdom in this life so that you can become a better person. And lucid dreaming is one of the things I work on so hard, but it's so difficult. I've been working on it for years, but the amount of times I've done it is so small. So you have to realize it takes a lot of effort. And there's something called dream yoga, which I'm really into. And it's from the Tibetan Buddhism teachings. Dream yoga is similar to lucid dreaming, but there are techniques to help you sleep and awaken in the dream. And then when you awaken in the dream, you're supposed to go and search out enlightened masters from the lineage. So for myself, for example, behind me, there's a photo of Guru Rinpoche, Padmasambhava. He was a rainbow body master. He attained rainbow body when he died. He was also a master of lucid dreaming. So he could basically walk through walls and fly, and when he died, he turned into pure light. So to find these type of masters in the dream state, wow, can you imagine the type of knowledge you can gain from them? So this is a thing. It's called dream yoga, and if you are able to practice it, good luck. It's going to help you in the next life, much more than this life. It will help you at the moment of death. You are able to awaken at the moment of death, and your consciousness doesn't die. You continue on awake past this death state, and then you are fully conscious into the higher realms. That's why we practice dream yoga in this life, so that at the moment of death we continue in the dream of life and we don't die. Our consciousness continues on. It's very powerful.
Thank you, Tam, for your explanation. I want to translate.
Good luck translating that.
Good luck translating that.
Translating your speech. ببینید ما هر شب میخوابیم، ولی خیلی وقتا که میخوابیم همینجور به قول معروف با استرس. من یه چیز از پرانسا یوگاندا دیدم که گفت مردم نمیدونن اصلا با چی دارن میرن تو خواب. خب ما باید با حالت آرامش کامل و با هدف به خواب بریم که از اون خواب بتونیم آینده‌مون رو ببینیم. این صحبتی که چمپ میکنه من خیلی حالت خودمونیش میکنم که درکش راحت تر باشه. صحبتی که اینجاست هدف اینه ما چطور از خوابمون استفاده میکنیم. خواب چیز فوق‌العاده‌ایه که ما بیایم به قول معروف بهش هدف بدیم، بهش جهت بدیم که بریم با آیندهمون، از آینده خودمون رو ببینیم، بریم یه استاد عالی رو ببینیم، بریم کسی که در گذشته از این دنیا رفته اونو ملاقات کنیم. میتونیم خیلی از آدمای بزرگ مثل بودا، کریشنا، مسیح یا هر شخص دیگه ای رو ملاقات کنیم و ازشون سوال کنیم. این کاربردیه که ما هر شب این فرصت داریم از خواب میتونیم انجام بدیم. یه نمونه دیگه وجود داره که به قول معروف همین دریم یوگا هست. دریم یوگا به قول معروف یه سری از اساتیدی که در قالب بودیسم دارن الان تمرینات بدن رنگین کمانی و خیلی از مطالب دیگر رو انجام میدن، به وسیله این دریم یوگا میتونن به استادای بزرگی که قبلا بدنشون به بدن رنگین کمانی تبدیل شده بیان و اونو ملاقات کنن تو این بود و خیلی چیزا رو یاد بگیرن ازش. بچه‌م هم صحبتی که کرد حدود 1 سال این قضیه رو تمرین کرده و تاپیک خیلی بزرگیه، یعنی شما باید با توجه به اون علاقه‌ای که دارین روی این قضیه کار کنید. Thank you, Champ. And we are waiting for a question. Maybe Farid can ask the question.
وای جان، من فارسی میگم که دوباره ترجمه نکنم. اگه بخوام دوباره انگلیسی هم خودت بگی بهتره. خب این در مورد مردم ماست، مردم ایرانی هاست، چون چم اطلاعی از مردم ما نداره. خب البته من یک مکالمه‌ای با چم داشتم زمان اون داستان‌های 2 سال پیش اگه خاطرت باشه، اون دوگانگی که تو مردم ما ایجاد میشه الان تو رو نقشه هم اومده، یعنی از این نقشه دارن استفاده میکنن که به یک سمتی بچسبوننش. خب چون میدونم نظرشو، میخوام خودش بیان کنه که مردم متوجه بشن این نقشه برای بیداری و آگاهی فردیشونه، نه اینکه به جایی بچسبوننش. خب اینو نمیخوام قضیه بحث سیاسی بکنم، اصلا این نیست، ولی در مورد وومن لایف فریدم بود، خودش در جریان هست، بهش بگی. دوست دارم اینو بگه که خودش حالا در جریان هست، بهش بگی، بهش بگو این دوگانگی که ایجاد شد، این نقشه سمت دوگانگی سیستم میره یا یک چیز مخصوص به خودش برای بیداری فردی افراد و اصلا به سمتی وابسته نیست. متوجه سوالم شدی یا خود؟
Next question is they want to know about true identity of this Great Awakening map, because people take this map and belong it to the some political group, some social movement or other things. What you can share about this map? What is behind it? This map only for awakening without belong to any organization. People want to know. People know this map is for awakening and belonging to no one, just for awakening humanity. Just want to know about your opinion about this map.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for it. A very good question. It's something that comes up a lot. People think that the Great Awakening map belongs to this person or that group, or it's trying to do this and that. It's not trying to do anything. It's just a piece of paper with words on it. If you want to think that it's a map that leads somewhere, that's up to you, you know. I'm the artist, and I created it as just as something to pique your curiosity. I designed it in a way that is just so much full of information that when somebody comes across it, it's kind of ridiculous at first. But if you take the time to look at it, you'll start to see all of these secrets of reality, secrets of other dimensions and other beings and other states of consciousness that you would have never known if you hadn't come across the map. So for me, it's just this artifact that exists outside of time and space. And if you are so curious enough to come across it, it may change your life. And wherever the map ends up, it's up to the people. So hopefully through the work of people like you three, the map will reach new minds in the Middle East and change people's lives in ways that even I could never have imagined. So the map is a mysterious artifact that changes the lives of people from all over the world, no matter what type of spiritual level you may be at.
Thank you so much. It's a great answer and I will translate. ببینید صحبتی که چند میکنه این نقشه فرای زمان و مکان مطالبی که هست رو پوشش میده و به صورت ساده یه برگه است و تمام چیزایی که به صورت مخفی و از ما پنهان شده و وجود داره و ما شاید نبینیم اون رو اینجا گذاشته. حالا ما به هر عنوان بیایم، چون 7 میلیارد آدم 8 میلیارد آدم انسان وجود داره، به قول معروف هر کسی میاد اینو با توجه به نظر خودش تفسیر میکنه. این دیگه بستگی به اون نظر اون شخص داره. ولی این نقشه از دل تحقیقات اومده و این به صورت ساده برای اینیه که شما آگاه بشی به گروه خاصی، شخص خاصی یا آدم خاصی یا سازمان خاصی هیچ تعلقی نداره. این فقط تفسیری که مردم میکنن با توجه به نظر شخصیشون.
خب خانم نعمت شما سوالی ندارین اتفاقا؟ چون من میخوام در مورد این ازش بپرسم که نقشه جدیدی قرار اضافه بشه و جناب خودت پرسیده بودم، خاطرت هست؟ حالا اگه میتونی از خود چند هم بپرس. حالا خانم نعمت هم اگه سوالی دارم بپرس.
People want to know about maybe version 2 of Great Awakening map or new maps is coming or no?
New Great Awakening map, part 2, probably not coming, but there are other more important things that I create on the side all the time. So just look out for them on our sites. But a whole new map, probably not, but smaller versions, yeah.
Thank you. ببینید نقشه به همین صورت میمونه. خب تغییر ورژن جدیدی ازش بیاد نیست، ولی تو وبسایت اگه برین خیلی از نقشه‌های کوچیک و تاپیک‌های مخصوص رو پوشش دادن، ولی در آینده نقشه‌های مثلا کوچیکتری یا آپدیت‌های خیلی بزرگتری ممکنه بعد از دیسکلوزر در مورد بشقاب پرنده و خیلی تاپیک‌های دیگه بیاد، ولی در کل نقشه همین نقشه اصلی همینجوری که هست میمونه.
خب سوالای دوستان رو میبینی وحید جان؟ من فقط یه سوال بپرسم از چمپ در مورد ماشرومز که صحبت کرد و توضیح استفادهش رو داد. دوست دارم بدونم که آیا هر فردی همه میتونن استفاده کنن؟ البته یه توضیحاتی داد ولی میخوام اشاره دقیق تری بکنه، یا اینکه باید یک تالنت و یک راه خاصی رو رفته باشه تا بتونه از این ماشروم استفاده کنه، یا حتی DMT که چون تو فرهنگ‌های مختلف همه نمیتونستن ازش استفاده کنن، فقط افرادی که به یک مرحله و یک استپی رسیده بودن و یک تالنتی داشتن. حالا میخوام اینو از نظرش ازش بپرسی، با اینکه توضیح داد ولی میخوام جزئی تر ازش بدونم، چون چند تا مطلبم اینجا دیدم دوستان در مورد ماشروم گذاشتن. به اون دلیل مرسی بچه.
People have this question. Any specific path or for using mushroom, or it's a general everyone can use? Something like ayahuasca need a master. You must go to the jungle in Amazon and perform this ritual. But this is same for the mushroom or not?
With certain psychedelics such as ayahuasca, you need to have a proper shaman because that's the type of psychedelic that it is. It requires that type of human shamanistic connection with a shaman, and the shaman brings you in connection to Mother Earth. But with mushrooms, it's something that is in the beginning journeys, like your first 10 journeys, from being a beginner to an intermediate level, you should have a friend with you. What's really popular in America is that the first few times you do it with a bunch of friends at somebody's house at night. That's a very popular way to do it. But for myself, I tend to stay away from public events such as that. I like to do them with either one person or alone. But in the beginning, you should have a what's known as a trip sitter. It's a really close friend who's not going to freak you out, okay? And I don't know if anybody can do the way that I did it, but I studied Terence McKenna for many years before I had my first psychedelic experience. And Terence McKenna is one of the greatest psychedelic explorers of all time, if not the greatest, and also one of the greatest intellectuals of our human civilization. He's taken more psychedelics than anybody else who's ever lived, and he has seen the most profound things that you could have never ever imagined, like I always say. So from listening to Terence McKenna's voice on YouTube for years, that's what prepared me for my psychedelic journeys. And because of his stories and the way that he speaks and his intellectual eloquence, he was able to pull me into successful psychedelic trips without having too many bad trips. And even if they were bad trips, the advice that he gives helped me to come out of those trips safely every time. So without Terence McKenna's advice and his stories and his hundreds of hours of YouTube lectures talking about the beauties and incredible things that he's seen on psychedelics, if it wasn't for Terence McKenna, I would not have been able to successfully do 5 grams in silent darkness, as well as DMT, having a successful breakthrough experience several times. And because he speaks English and in a very intellectual way, I don't know if other languages can keep up with it. So if you are an English speaker, then I would recommend you must listen to Terence McKenna and really understand the world that he describes. And then when you yourself take any type of psychedelic substance, you will understand and you will know what to do in these realms, and you will know how to not freak out and have a bad experience. So preparation and practice and meditation are very important. You must be a very good meditator to be able to be calm and at peace in any situation. So I recommend practicing meditation before before trying to take heroic doses of psychedelic substances. This is just like learning to skydive, to jump out of a plane. You have to study and you have to practice a lot before you actually take your first jump out of the airplane and open your own parachute. You have to jump with somebody for several times before you can jump out of an airplane by yourself. Just like psychedelics, it requires a lot of training, and a lot of people don't understand that aspect of it. It requires a lot of mental and physical preparation if you want to have an enlightening experience, 5D, 6D quality. So good luck and be safe.
Thank you so much.
I have a question because
خانم کار ترجمه
because
کنم چون مردم ترجمه کنم بعد طلب.
I'm sorry.
ببینید صحبتی که چند کردن با توجه به آیواسکا که لازم است یه شامن باشه و به قول معروف شما رو به زمین کانکت کنه، ماشوم اینجوری نیست. یعنی هر کسی بنا به تجربه‌ای که بنا به دانشی که داره میتونه در یک مدیتیشن کاملا در آرامش اون دوزی که فکر میکنه براش درسته رو استفاده کنه و اون سفر رو داشته باشه. مبحثی که از اگه کسی بخواد در این مورد یاد بگیره، ترانس مکنا یکی از اساتید این حوزه است و تمام وایسایی که در این مورد هست که چند سالها ازش استفاده کرده الان داخل یوتیوب وجود داره و کسایی که تو این حوزه، چون این نقشه هر کدومش یه لانه خرگوشه، شما بخواین چیز کنین باید عمیق شین روی این قضیه. من خودم شخصا اینجوری بوده. پس با توجه به این تاپیک میتونین ترانس مکنا رو دریابید و روی این قضیه کار کنید. بعد فقط یه چیز دیگه، الان فکر کنم برای چند خیلی دیره دیگه، میتونیم
آره دقیقاً تا یک ساعت کنارشون باشیم. الان خانم نعمت چون سوال داشتن، خانم نعمت سوالشون رو بپرسن، اگه سوال آخر باشه که اون بحث جمع کنیم خودمون هستیم چند تا آزاد بذاریمش.
Thank you so much for your time. This is the last question. Because my knowledge about these really
وای جمع مایکو میبندیم چون صدا رو ضبط کنم بعدم.
What is I say thank you so much for your time, and this is the last question, and I need to know what happened to the people. They don't know exactly how to use it and they exaggerate on that, and it's happened to one of my friend, and after that she said she wanted suicide. She doesn't want to leave it anymore here. So what is the side effect of using too much mushroom by yourself without shaman, without any knowledge?
If somebody has already have some sort of a mental issue with their life and they take psychedelics, sometimes it can make the problem worse because it's just amplifying what's already within their mind. So somebody like that should try to heal themselves, but not try to use psychedelics to try to heal themselves, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
خانم نعمت پرسیدن اون به قول معروف عوارضی که ما شما دارن چی هست، یا مثلا شخصی بوده استفاده کرده حالت خودکشی کرده. چند گفتن این بستگی به درون اون شخص داره، چون چیزی که در درونش وجود داره اون چیز چند برابر تقویت میشه و اونو به سمتی میبره که درونش همون چیز وجود داره.
Can I say something again? One more time? Just like any medicine, if you use medicine in the wrong way, it becomes poison. So you have to realize that all medicines require knowledge, especially psychedelics, of the mental aspect. Very powerful mental effects.
Thank you, Cham. I translate this short part. ببینید میگم مثل هر داروی دیگه‌ای، خب اگر ما دانش در موردش نداشته باشیم و ندونیم چجور استفاده میکنیم قطعاً میتونه آسیب بزنه. پس همیشه اگر خواستین استفاده کنید با بینش و اینی که مطالعه کنید در این مورد که بتونید بخواید استفاده کنید ازش بهره ببرید. Cham, thank you for your time. We are so appreciate about your first time you coming into our live, and we are so happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
See you all next time.
See you and وای جان حالا اینم ترجمه کن که دوست داریم دوباره تو لایو ببینیمش اگر وقت داشت، اگر زمان داشت این اتفاق دوباره بیفته.
Cham, you are here?
Yes.
Yes.
I have.
People are really happy about you are coming for first time. Maybe in the future, again, do you like to come and again talk with this Persian community?
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I really encourage everybody
to share
much information as you can
much information as you can about
today,
what we talk
and
today,
try to help
and try to help
millions of
awaken
new minds
millions of new minds
in your land.
in your land.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm really مایک دفعه بعد وحید حتما هنسفری این چون آره این لایو رو باید یه جوری ضبطش کنیم که ساب تایتل هم بذاریم دیگه. امیدوارم این در اختیار فارسی زبانا قرار بگیره. Really I'm so thankful of you, Champ, for coming to this live for Persian people. Persian people are really so curious, and we have a lot of researcher, and they want to learn more than of the before every day. So and that's why every time I told you please come and talk with the Persian people. Sometimes Persian people research, but they lost the way, they path, and you know, because the media share a lot of fake news and fake information. So sometimes they need you come and talk with them about the Great Awakening map, because they cannot find their real source and real data and real information for search and read and learn. So I'm really so thankful, and I hope to see you later and again, and if you have a time. Thank you. I'm so thankful about everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
See you next time.
See you next time very soon.
Bye bye.
God bless.
خب از اون تصویر چمپو ندارم، از اولم نداشتم. به خدا داستان شده. نمیدونم رفتن یا هستن.
رفت.
چون من تصویر رو ندارم. آره من وحید رو دارم، شما رو نداشتم. عرضم به حضورتون که
ما نیستیم.
وحید هنسفری ندارید نه؟
نه من هنسفری هم زدم اینجوریه، نمیدونم چرا.
آره نمیدونم چجوری. حالا الان یه که مایک رو یه لحظه قطع کن.
چیزی من خب اعصابم که من میتونم مرخص کنم چون واقعا خیلی جورایی هست، خیلی تمرکز کردم، میدونی خسته شدم.
وحید جان خیلی قشنگ ترجمه کردی، بسیار عالی بود. برای اینکه من واقعا نمیتونم فوکوس بکنم و یادم بگم. ممنون ازت.
نه خواهش میکنم. من همین
بسیار کار قشنگ.
آره خیلی تمرکز این جورایی دیگه مثلا خیلی خسته میشم. آره
برو قشنگ بگیر بخواب و غذای خوشمزه که درست کنی همیشه.
مرسی.
و ما خیلی دوست داریم.
ممنون، تشکر.
وحید جان آره وحید جان ممنونم امشب اومدی. یه چند میاد من به خبر دادم تو هم از کجا بودی آوردمت یهویی نمیتونم. واقعا شرمنده‌ام شدم. مرسی که اومدی چون به عنوان مترجم نقشه حتما باید حضور داشته باشی. الان یک دنیا ممنونم از این وقتی گذاشتی. وقت بخیر میبینم.
این نهایت زیبا بود. مرسی.
خواهش میکنم.
مرسی. چاکر.
خب خانم نعمت شما هستی یا شما رفتی؟
منم هستم.
ندارم تصویر. آره من تصویر ندارم مثل همیشه. خب عرضم به حضور دوستان ما تمام سعیمون کردیم که امروز یه هدیه کوچیک داشته باشیم با حضور چمپ بعد از 5 سال که این نقشه، در 4 سال که به نقشه به فارسی ترجمه شده بود، تحریف های زیادی از این نقشه شده بود. ابتداً حالا خانم نعمت صدا منو دارین؟ آره. عرضم به حضورتون تحریف های زیادی شده بود. خیلی افراد حتی اسم وحید نازنین رو نمی آوردن که مترجم نقشه بود. یه مدت طول کشید من وحید رو معرفی کنم، بگم مترجم نقشه است. این نقشه رو فارسی زبان‌های محترم هر چیزی که دستمون میاد کپی پیست نکنیم. این حاصل زحمت و دسترنج یک فردیه. درست فری در اختیار قرار داده شده، اما باید به نحو احسن ازش استفاده شه. وحید جان معرفی شد، آوردیم، حالا چند و امیدوارم این موندگار باشه این مسیر که اگه دوستان فارسی زبان سوالی در مورد یا گره کوری در مورد مطالب نقشه بیداری بزرگ داشتن، دیگه سورس اصلیش چمپ هست، یعنی سورس اصلیش خود چمپ طراحش. حضور پیدا که سوالا خیلی زیاد بود، امکانات ما هم کم بود، خب این صداها بالا پایین میشد. اون سوال آخرم هم از این با نیت پرسیدم از چمپ، چون من با چمپ صحبت کردم، نظرشون میدونم در مورد زندگی آزادی و اون داستانا کلا اصلا تو این بادیه ها نیست. جانم
میکروفون وحید فکر میکنم هنوز روشن.
نه وحید جان رفته.
میکروفون یکی روشن.
خب نه نمیشه، چجوری روشنه؟ الان صدای من اکو میشه برای شما؟
از بقیه بپرس ببین میشنون.
آخه من و شماییم. آره صدای اکو میشه دوستان؟ من نمیدونم صدای اکو میشه. اگه دوستان صدای اکو میشه بفهم. عرضم به حضورتون که دیگه استفاده ابزاری از این نقشه نکنید. این نقشه کلا در مورد آگاهی فردیه. هر چیزی که شما دنبالش هستین داخل صدا میاد، صدا دوستان میاد،
خش خش داره،
خش داره. این احتمالاً دیگه نمیدونم بریم دوباره بیایم خانم نعمت یا یه جوری ادامه بدیم تا درست شه. من
تموم شد.
الان صدا اومد؟ صدا خوبه؟
نه.
خب بس من میرم دوباره لایو میام بالا، شما اضافه بشین که ادامه مبحث رو با حضور شما.
We are